Okay, first of all, hi everybody and welcome to the stream. Let me check something real quick. Okay, let me fix the green screen. Okay, there we go. Now, making sure the frame rate's good. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and look at my phone because I've got some notes as to what we're going to talk about today. And then I will I'll put the source down in, I'll put the sources and stuff down in the comments below at a later time in the stream, or after the stream, I should say. But I do have things that we are going to talk about today. So let me go ahead and pop up the list from the comment section below. So here we go. Yeah, what's up, Tector? How you doing? Don't worry, I didn't miss anybody. I'm just getting things set up here. So here we go. Okay, first off, let's go ahead and get the streaming schedule for E321 out of the way. Okay, so here, today is the 25th, and it's saying now that, as far as we know, E3 is getting ready to start between the 10th and 12th of June. So we've basically got, let me pop it up here on my PC. We've basically got like 3 weeks left until it actually starts, because usually the ESA has things put up on their own channel and stuff as far as companies are concerned with things that they would be talking about, but the ESA don't have anything popped up yet because companies like Nintendo's, Xbox, Sega, Square Enix, and all them haven't talked about their plans yet. So today being the 25th, we've basically got 3 weeks left, as you can see here in the background here with my pointer and stuff. So getting into the schedule, starting tomorrow, if there's anything coming from the source that I'll be talking about in later in the stream, then I'll make another post about that as far as another 101 talking station goes. But as far as gameplay and stuff goes, if I'm not tired today, we will do Hollow Knight. And then after that, we'll have nothing else for Tuesday. But then tomorrow, like I said, I will check Twitter again, see if this possible source has anything else important to say, and if there is, I will make another short 101 talking station about it before we get into the conclusion of Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. And if anything, just to get into also to continue E3 season, I may continue Skyward Sword as far as Zelda goes, and I will be talking about Skyward Sword in these rumors and stuff later on today too. For Thursday, I will probably do a combination of Joe and Mac and Joe and Mac 2, because as far as tomorrow goes, the new games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online Service, and the SNES Online Service will be up tomorrow. That's something else that I didn't put into the discussion that I do need to put in after the fact. But that's as far as the schedule goes for Thursday. Again, same thing. If anything important happens Thursday, I'll discuss that as well. Now, Friday, of course, will be our regular will be our regular viewers and our regular multiplayer stream days with viewers and stuff for SNES Online. And if there's anybody who wants to do NES Online, again, I'm not necessarily excluding that. It's just people enjoy doing the SNES Online stuff. Then we can switch to that on Friday and go between the two. Saturday, again, I'm going to mention that if there's anything important happening before E3 goes, then we will talk about that. We will talk about that before the members and mods stream. But also, I do need to mention real quick that the 27th. Actually, we'll get to the 27th when we get to it. But let me go back up a little bit. Yeah, also on the 27th, there is a rumor about what Sega is going to be talking about with Sonic's 30th anniversary, which I will divulge into that later on. That we will be covering, by the way. So that's another. That'll be a third stream, most definitely. I'll have to look at the time of when they're going to start that and so on and so forth. And I heard that from Sonic Central. I will link to that comment and stuff later. But anyway, back to the schedule for Sunday. Of course, I'll be doing another one-on-one talking station if there's anything important, to come up. And then, of course, we will do either Sonic Mania, or if y'all would want to see it, I will do a Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles Run or whatever, Or just to get the Sonic stuff involved there. I may also do another Knuckles run. We will see, because the Knuckles run isn't as quick or isn't as long as the Sonic or Tails runs. We'll see. And then, of course, Monday will be our regular Mario Maker 2 stream, which again, probably following another one-on-one talking station if there's anything important there. If there's anything important to talk about there. And then, of course, like I said, we'll be covering as much E3 content and stuff as we can going into at least June 10th. Between the 4 days that Nintendo will be having their own Nintendo stuff. Plus what we may hear about on June 10th and stuff too. So we've pretty much got a lot of stuff to cover here. It's basically what I'm saying. So let me check, see how long we've been going so far. We've been going for 11 minutes so far. So that will definitely be something that I could put into a short stream by itself, into a short premieres clip for a schedule and stuff. So let's go ahead and put the music down at the bottom, since I'm not going to be using it right now. And get started with the first. Go ahead and get started with the first thing we need to talk about as Nintendo's possible E3 dates. So, I heard a rumor from Nintendo Prime on YouTube, from Nathaniel Robochance, or however you say his name, that Nintendo's E3 is possibly going to go for 4 days, with one day, as again rumored, being focused on Zelda's 35th anniversary, which I will also talk about after these plans, after talk about Nintendo's possible E3 plans. And then the second day could be possibly dedicated to like other Nintendo stuff, like a new Mario game, Splatoon 3, Smash Brothers, Monster Hunter. There's a lot of things that Nintendo could be doing as far as the second day of E3 goes, and then the third day would be possibly picking up where they left off from the previous day, with possible games like the new Donkey Kong Country, or the new Donkey Kong game that's rumored to be in development by the same developers who also developed Mario Odyssey. Again, that's also a rumor. As far as possible other third-party games and just a bunch of other stuff too. And then their fourth day could be possibly a continuation of whatever they didn't talk about the previous 3 days. Again, this is just rumors, by the way. You know, because for Zelda's possible 35th anniversary, I'll get to that here in just a moment. Because as we can see now, we are basically 14 minutes in. So I'm trying to think what else Nintendo could possibly be talking about for Monday first, and then I'll go to, or not Monday, but for what Nintendo could be starting to talk about on the 12th, which would be a Saturday. So we could possibly see Nintendo talk about a lot with Zelda's 35th anniversary on Monday, which should also be huge. So let's go ahead and get into what Nintendo could possibly be talking about for Zelda's 35th anniversary now. There's rumors going around that we could see Nintendo talk about Ocarina of Time HD and Majora's Mask HD. So let's get into those two first. What Nintendo could possibly do with Ocarina of Time HD is update the visuals to look more what they'll look like on the Nintendo Switch, and give it sort of a 3D makeover a little bit. Then, of course, we know about what Nintendo could do with the Stone of Agony, and what Nintendo could possibly do to update Ocarina of Time. If they do bring it out, they could possibly add in a few little tweaks here and there as far as the hook shot mechanic, what buttons that you could use for what buttons you can use for like the C buttons and stuff too. Like maybe, of course, we'd have the B button as your typical sword slashing and stuff for Ocarina of Time. Of course, you'd have your A button for action. And then for the X and Y buttons, you could have the C left, C right. And then you would have like your L button or whatever, or maybe your ZR button or whatever as one of the item usage slot, maybe. And then, of course, you have your C stick, acting like the camera or something. But, there's plenty of ways that Nintendo could do something as far as working around what they could do with Ocarina of Time HD if Nintendo does that. And then, of course, they could do something similar with Majora's Mask, where they, again, update the visuals and update the button controls, things like that, similar to what they're doing with Skyward Sword, possibly again not ruining what they did with Majora's Mask for the GameCube, or not, not just the GameCube, but what they also did for the Nintendo 64. Just kind of port the Nintendo 64 original with updated visuals and stuff. Yeah, hang on one second though, because we do have a lot to get into, as y'all know. They could also possibly, if they bring Wind Waker HD and bring Twilight Princess HD to the Nintendo Switch as part of Zelda's 35th anniversary, we could see them remove or even update. And I'm going to start with Wind Waker HD first, by the way. They could possibly remove or update the Tingle Bottle because, again, Miiverse is no more. And then kind of either do a updated version of the Tingle Bottle, or have it sort of work like the have the Tingle Bottle work like a camera function or whatever, where Tingle just says where Nintendo puts the Tingle Bottle in like the not the home button, but the camera/record button or whatever. It's sort of a thing on its own or whatever. And again, that's as far as Tingle's Bottle, by the way. Or if they wanted to go even crazier, they could do that with the camera, with the pictograph or whatever it's called, and then just fix other kinks and stuff with the with the Switch port of Wind Waker HD, if they do port it. Now let's go and talk about Twilight Princess HD a little bit, where they could actually kind of work on what they would do with the stamps, or just remove the stamps entirely. Just kind of bring the ability to copy and use the lettering stamps or whatever, for whatever reason, if they wanted to. We could also see them also, again, update the visuals like they would with any other Zelda game that they may bring to the Nintendo Switch as a port, like they did with Link's Awakening, and like they're doing with Skyward Sword, and things like that too. Then there's also possible rumors of Phantom Hourglass, Oracle Ages, Oracle Seasons. There's a lot of possible Zelda game rumors flying around out there about what we could see as far as Zelda's 35th anniversary goes. And there's also rumors that we could see Zelda stuff in Monster Hunter Rise, like Valu from Wind Waker HD. Again, I'm going to mention Nathaniel Robochance, or however you say his name, again here, because I looked at that when he was doing his coverage on that. If you want me to link that later on after this particular stream, I can, in the link, video link, where you can see where I talked about that from. There's also rumors again as far as what we could possibly see, or what we'd want to see from Monster Hunter Rise as far as Zelda content goes. Maybe see Valu from Wind Waker HD, or from Wind Waker/Wind Waker HD, the Zelda armors, things like that. There's also a chance that we could possibly see like a Zelda 35th, like that, similar to what they did with Mario's 35th. Super Mario Brothers 35 is what I was trying to say there, where we could see either a 2D style of Adventure Link where we'd have uh, people destroying Pectites, possibly other Zelda 2 related enemies, or just sort of a dungeon type of thing, something sort of similar to what they did with give me a second to think about it. So something similar to what they were doing with Pac-Man as well, Pac-Man 99, where we could also see if they don't go the Zelda 2 route, where we could just go through all 8 of the original Legend of Zelda dungeons, or add in the second quest remixed dungeons as well too from the original Legend of Zelda. Things like that. As far as Zelda 35 goes, we've got a lot of things here that we could possibly talk about here. As far as Zelda goes, there's a bunch. Also, hang on one second. We've also could be going through and talking about what Nintendo could do with possible Zelda 35th related merchandise, such as shoes, shirts, pins. Something similar to what they did with Mario's 35th, where we had the Super Mario 35th anniversary pin. We could also sort of see a Zelda game collection too, where we had like something sort of similar to what they did with Mario 3D All Stars, where we'd have like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. If it would fit, maybe do the Legend of Zelda. Well, and then again, they probably wouldn't do that because of the games being on the SNES Online. But one can dream. Or we could see two compilation ports where we have Majora's Mask, where we have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on one cartridge, and then Nintendo could bring out a second cartridge in combination for Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. Again, like I said, that's just rumor that's just me thinking there as far as rumors and stuff go. And we could also see things like Zelda shoelaces, maybe think about what else Nintendo did with the Mario 35th anniversary that they could do with Zelda. We saw like not necessarily just hoodies, but like t-shirts, short, just possible Legend of Zelda clothing, maybe a Legend of Zelda cap, like Link wears, like the maybe do something sort of similar where they would give us a give us EZLO from the Minish cap as a sort of a hat type of thing that you could wear on top of your head, if you wanted to or whatever. Possibly have a Zelda related looking Nintendo Switch, where you would have the a Zelda themed dock. Maybe the back look like maybe the back of a Nintendo Switch have the Zelda logo or something, or just there's a lot of possibilities here. And then of course I'm trying to think. Then they could also, as far as Zelda's 35th anniversary goes, do sort of a video tribute to the Legend of Zelda, like they did with Mario. or we had like showing off the original, where they could show off like the original Legend of Zelda going into Adventure Link, Link to the Past, uh, Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Minish Cap, here, yeah, Wind Waker, Minish Cap, you know, just just showing the history of Legend of Zelda, period. Like they did with like they would like they would have done with Hyrule Historia, things like that. Maybe re-release an updated version of the Hyrule Historia, like they did before, but instead of doing two humongous books, just do one huge book or whatever, or do like a digital download or something, with all the updated stuff in it, showing off like where they would want Breath of the Wild to be placed in version of their own version of a new timeline. But like I said, there's plenty of stuff we could talk about as far as the Legends, as far as the Zelda's 35th anniversary goes. But let's move on to Sonic's 30th anniversary now. And I did hear that on the 27th of May, which is which is actually 2 days from now, that Sega has possibly got some huge Sonic stuff coming. Again, that's just rumor, by the way. Again, thanks to thanks again to Nathaniel Robichant, and stuff like that, for bringing that up. And I'm also going to be talking about, maybe we could see possibly Sega do another Sonic the Hedgehog collection, where they would do like Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic and Knuckles, just do sort of a Sonic Mega Collection update of sorts, like they did with Sonic Mega Collection Plus and Sonic Gems Collection, things like that. Maybe we could see a new Sonic game coming to the Nintendo Switch after Mania, and in the Mania timeline, maybe what happens after Sonic Forces and things like that. And also, hi there, Clifford. So what, ignoring you. How you doing? For me, as you can see here, we are just talking about we're just talking about rumors and anniversaries and things like that for seeing as how E3 season's actually starting within the next 3 weeks. So I'm starting my coverage of that today. So for anything you may have missed, Clifford, you can always do the rewind feature and catch up on a little bit of it, or you can wait until after the stream and catch it that way. And also, like I was saying, talking about Sonic's 35th, talking about Sonic's 30th anniversary, we could possibly see them do a, maybe talk to Nintendo and do a Sonic themed Nintendo Switch for those who are interested in something like that. And possibly do like Sonic themed Joy-Cons, but have Nintendo or even Sega come out with a Sonic themed Pro controller, maybe for Sonic's 30th anniversary. Also, do like Sonic merchandise, like shoes, shirts, things like that. Maybe Sonic shoelaces. Like I said, maybe a new Sonic game or two come to the Nintendo Switch. maybe a Sonic calendar, maybe there's a lot of possible things that Sega could do as far as Sonic's 30th anniversary goes. I can definitely tell you right now, people's wallets would definitely be hurting. You know, for those who are who are big into things like Sonic and Zelda and possibly Mario stuff coming from Nintendo, things like that too. And thank you for stopping in, Clifford. We'll see you later. Anyway, what we could also possibly see from Sega and the Sonic team is maybe do a maybe re-release Sonic CD to the Nintendo Switch. Maybe bring Sonic Chaos back to the Nintendo. Bring it back and bring it to the Nintendo Switch. I mean, as far as Sonic Chaos goes, maybe do a bundle of sorts where we have Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble. There's a lot of possible things that Sega could do there. Also, we could see and also I didn't talk about this during the Zelda part for Zelda's 35th anniversary, but we could also possibly see posters, calendars, there's a lot of possible things that they could do, on Nintendo's side as well as Sega's side. And there's also rumors that we could see more of Breath of the Wild 2 at E3. Give me 1 second. Where we also possibly see for Breath of the Wild 2, there's a rumor going around that we could see that at E3, where we could possibly see updated gameplay, maybe maybe AJ Alnuma will come out and talk about it. Maybe have maybe do something sort of similar to what he did, or is either him or Shigeru Miyamoto who came out with the Hylian Sheldon Master Sword. We could probably see something similar to that, maybe. And talking about do something similar to that with Breath of the Wild 2, where we'd have where we could have them wearing a Zelda hand, or without spoiling any important parts of Breath of the Wild 2, talk about new new mechanics and what mechanics are coming back. Possibly explain why we should even waste $25 on the Skyward Sword Zelda and Loftwing amiibo. Things like that something similar to what they did with Wolf Link and Breath of the Wild, where if you had bought Twilight Princess HD and had the Wolf Link amiibo as part of the 2-in-1 package, do something similar, something sort of similar to that, where you'd have a Loftwing in Breath of the Wild 2 or something. Again, that's just my thoughts on that. Possibly see where Link, see where Link starts out without telling us where Link starts out, things like that. Sort of similar to what they did with Breath of the Wild 2. Or not Breath of the Wild 2. What they did was what they sort of did with Breath of the Wild. I got tongue-tied there, sorry. Possibly show us some new characters coming in Breath of the Wild 2 without saying who they are, just showing who they are. And also bring back characters like Yunobo, or however you say the Goron's name. Rivali's successor. I forgot his name. See what's going on in Gerudo Town. What's going on in Rito Town, Rito Village. I mean, Zora. The Zora Village. What's going on? What's updated. What's been destroyed. What's been fixed. Things like that. What's going on in Hatina Village. Just a lot of things that they could possibly do for Breath of the Wild 2. Explain how we could possibly get a new heart container, what's going on with the stamina vessel, maybe fix the freaking weapons mechanic where we actually have a way to fix the weapons instead of finding more of them. Maybe explain if the Blood Moon is back or if it's gone, a lot of stuff, basically. Maybe also even talk about what's going on with the hand that grabs Link and saves him, and where Zelda, without spoiling too much, kind of hint to where Zelda goes, and just a lot of stuff, that we could possibly talk about for Breath of the Wild 2. Let's see here. There is also rumors going around about a new Donkey Kong game that may be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Again, like I said, from the developers of Mario Odyssey. We don't know what it's going to be called yet, but again, just a rumor. And again, if it's anything how they're going to do with Mario Odyssey, it could be a huge, like with Breath of the Wild 2, it could be a huge point for Nintendo at E3 that could possibly win Nintendo E3 in a lot of people's eyes. Like maybe do maybe bring back the Kremlings and King K. Rool, explain what's going to go on with it. Maybe explain what type of Donkey Kong game it is. Show us visuals. How many players it's going to be. Things like that. Possibly return to maybe give us an updated version of what it would look like if we got a Donkey Kong 3D game instead of a 2.5D or instead of a 2D game, things like that. Possibly even say what Donkey Kong characters we're going to have in it. Maybe like Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong. Maybe even bring back Donkey Kong Jr. or Kiddy Kong or Chunky Kong or something like that. Maybe bring back Lanky Kong. And then how we'd possibly save it would we bring back Candy Kong, things like that, maybe even have Crankiest playable, have Funkiest playable. There's a lot of possibilities there. Maybe even explain where King K. Rool has been. Maybe even if we don't see the Kremlings and King K. Rool, explain who the new enemies and who the new main villain's going to be. And maybe even explain if it's going to be something sort of similar to Mario versus Donkey Kong or something like that, But there's a lot of possibilities for the new Donkey Kong game. Maybe even if I'm going to put something out here as far as the new Donkey Kong goes, maybe a Donkey Kong racing game, maybe, as a sort of a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing. Well, we'd have the return of Pig. Let's see here. There's a lot of things like I said. There's a lot of things we got to cover here. We could also. There's also rumors of a possible Mario Kart 9 coming out, but for me at this point, I'd pretty much say just call it Nintendo Kart and be done with it, because we've had characters like the Inklings, we've had Link, we've had some Animal Crossing characters. You may as well throw in Kirby. You may as well throw in Captain Falcon. You may as well throw in Ganondorf and Zelda and all these other characters from Smash Brothers into the Mario Kart universe, and just call it Nintendo Kart and be done with it. Revamp the battle mode, revamp the Shine Runners, bring out new battle modes, bring back the Double Dash, maybe have a single, maybe have the singles versus Double Dash. There's a lot of possibilities for a Mario Kart 9 that we could see. Maybe bring other Nintendo themed items from the Zelda universe, the Mario universe, the Kirby universe. Maybe even if Nintendo and Sega work out something, bring in Sonic and some Sonic characters in general to Mario Kart. There's a lot of possibilities. As far as tracks would go, I don't know what they would do with Rainbow Road. How they would make a new Rainbow Road, and how many tracks we would have. There's a lot of possibilities for a Mario Kart 9. As I can tell you right now, a lot of people, while they do enjoy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially me in general, have gotten tired of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and is ready for a new entry into the series. And if they do bring back tracks from previous Mario Karts, they brought back the original Rainbow Road updated before. They don't have to do that this time, but bring back maybe the original Ghost Valley 2. Maybe bring back the second battle course from Super Mario Kart, as well as the ice one from Super Mario Kart. Maybe bring in some battle tracks from Mario Kart 64, such as, give me a second to think of one. Well, dang, I can't think of one right now, but if we continue talking about Mario Kart 9 later, I could always look before I do that and then talk about it later. Possibly bring back Moo Moo Farm, or even bring back, give me a second to think, Koopa Beach from Mario Kart 64. Maybe bring back one or two of the ice tracks from Super Mario Kart. And also add in some newer tracks as far as Mario Kart 9 goes. Also bring back the Ghost. or the Boo, basically. There's a lot of possibilities. Because, something sort of similar to what Nintendo could do with the 9 item instead of an 8 item like they did before. Have like the bullet bill, star, lightning bolt, red and green shells, banana peels, coins, shoot, feather, and then something else. There's a lot of possibilities there. Yo, what's up? What's up, Light Blue Yoshi? How you doing? And right now, I'm sort of talking about the possible Mario Kart 9 rumor and what they could do to what I would want to see them do, or what's possibly going around about what they could do with Mario Kart 9 and things like that. Because again, a lot of this is rumor going into E3 and stuff. And then, of course, Nintendo is most likely to show off more of Splatoon 3, maybe new maps, new characters, new abilities, new weapons, new modes, new villain. There's a lot of possibilities with Splatoon 3. Where we could also see things like and we could also see some returning weapons like the roller, the the guns they used, bring back some previous characters from Splatoon 2. Trying to think, what else could they do for Splatoon 3? Maybe an updated expansion mode. A lot of possibilities. Or we could also possibly see things like where they would bring back tournaments in Splatoon 3, where we'd have a tournament mode of Mario versus Bowser, a Sonic versus, I don't know, Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik mode. Or not mode, but map or whatever it's called, the tournament. Where you'd have like Team Sonic versus Team Eggman. Maybe have different versions or update the lobby where you could walk around in lobby themed versions of each universe, maybe like the Mushroom Kingdom, Green Hill, Legend of Zelda, maybe even Dreamland. I don't know. Just a lot of possibilities there. Maybe even do a lobby randomizer. I've got a lot of thoughts going into my head right now, guys, or ladies and gentlemen. Maybe even have a 2 to 4 player story mode. Maybe talk about maybe even talk about a possible main villain, like I said, for Splatoon 3. There's a lot of possibilities there. Let me think. We could also, there's also something else that I want to address as far as the one-on-one talking station, which I'll get to that in just a moment. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Hmm. Oh Lord, there's also possibly new Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild 2 rumors going around now too, according to Game Over Jesse. Let me think. Let me go ahead and make sure that this leaker that I'm going to talk about here in just a moment doesn't have anything new to talk about before we move on. Ooh, let's see here. Hmm. Okay, like I said, there's a lot of possible rumors and stuff going around. But anyway, let's go ahead and make sure that I am not missing anything else. Let's see here. Let me click on topic Legend of Zelda on Twitter. Let's see here. Also, that also reminded me of something else as far as the amiibo, as far as the Zelda amiibo goes. You know, the Zelda and Loftwing amiibo goes. By the way, that the price for that sucker is like $25. Yeah, there will be people who actually buy it. But as far as I go, I am definitely on the fence about if I will even give that a look, because they also put out a recent video talking about how the Zelda and Loftwing amiibo has the ability to help you get back to Skyloft as a sort of transportation port, to where you can go back to the bazaar and buy things from there, from things that you need, like potions and bombs and arrows and just whatever else, and then use the Zelda amiibo again to transport back to where you were previously. But for me, I'm definitely not buying that $25 sucker for something that shouldn't have been locked behind a paywall. I mean, for me, they're just doing that as a cash grab as far as the amiibo goes. But I know there will be people who do buy it because they do like to collect stuff like that. And then there's some who will buy it and actually use it. Good for them. But for me, I see no point in buying it right now, because But just that one thing, I mean, like, whatever they do with it in Breath of the Wild 2 could change my mind, but we will have to see there. But again, they have to possibly talk about that at E3 if they do on, well, or if they did it a different day. Knowing Nintendo, they could hype it up saying, let's see here, like for the 12th, they could say, oh, we got so and so going today. Come back on Monday, for example, and we will talk about Zelda's 35th anniversary, and then talk about everything that I mentioned in what they could possibly do for Zelda's 35th anniversary. We could also, there's also rumors of new Kirby games and stuff coming to the Nintendo Switch as well, which I heard from Nintendo Robochant. Or from Nathaniel Robochance. I mean, sorry about that. It's just for me, as you know, the way he says his name pretty fast when I check out Nintendo Prime sometimes, that they do that he does talk really, really fast sometimes. Give me a second to put on a commercial and get me a drink of water. My mouth's getting dry. Hang on 1 second. What's up? What's up, Jack? How you doing? Okay. Anyway, now let me go ahead and talk about Kirby stuff real quick. There's also a rumor of 2 new Kirby games coming to the Nintendo Switch. For me, if I had to guess, one would be sort of similar to the what we saw from Kirby's Epic Yarn, maybe what we saw from Kirby Battle Clash, maybe a lot of possibilities there. And as far as the second Kirby game goes, we could possibly see maybe maybe a Kirby's Dream Land sort of game. I don't know. I will give my thought and what I would want to see at E3 in my pre E3 Q&A. And that'll be your chance to have questions, and I give the answers to them. But anyway, for the 101 talking station, you see the talking stations booth and stuff behind me, yeah, in front of me here, and yeah, stuff like that. I want to maybe I maybe want to have like an updated, maybe make like an updated set where I can make the screens just a tad bit bigger and maybe a tad bit longer, things like that. And also maybe going into it, maybe move it over to the side a little bit, or maybe change the color of maybe change the color of the comments and talk about things like give me a second to think. Just talk about how I'd want to change it up a little bit. Maybe instead of having two different screens on both sides, just make myself bigger. Maybe put myself to the left, or if y'all would rather see me to the right instead of in the center, y'all could let me know on that. And then maybe sort of have my socials flash at the bottom of the screen a little bit as sort of a marquee thing or whatever it's called. I'll just spell it out, just like MARQUEE. Where it flashes at the bottom for my hashtag EZLO for my hashtag EZLO21 for Twitter, Twitch, and again, of course, for whatever I do for YouTube, for my hashtag EZLO21 brand for Cash App, have my PayPal link or my PayPal hashtag at the bottom. A lot of different things. Maybe change up the music a little bit for E3. A lot of different changes. Going forward for the future. And then when I'm doing like gameplay and stuff like that. Also, what's up, Angel? How you doing? And again, if I didn't say it, how you doing, Ralph? Also, talking about again what we could do for the one-on-one talking station, maybe make my tip jar a little bit bigger. Maybe have like a bigger looking booth or whatever. And have the have all my socials kind of flashing across the screen with the bigger booth. Yeah, with the bigger booth that I would make, have them flash across here. Just make it look updated and make it look more interesting. I mean, not that I don't like what it looks like right here. If you know what I mean, just update it, make it look more professional, not have the or maybe cut out the play button here. Let me move myself a little bit. I think it's to the left or right. Let me look. Okay, bring my head down just a little bit to where I could kind of cut out the, or not necessarily cut out, but cover, or either just change up this background a little bit in general. If you know what I mean. And then just have cut out one of these second screens or whatever. And just make one humongous screen either to the left, to the left of what y'all would see right here, and then have myself over here or something. Let me think. Also, just kind of removing the Elgato brand, just remove the Elgato brand, period, if you know what I mean. Just kind of make it sort of my own brand, where I don't have any extra social images and stuff flashing, not flashing, but laying across right here like they would, like it did here. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean, Ralph. I'm talking about like maybe like if y'all want me to leave the second screens up right here, I can. But what I mean like is remove maybe remove this right here, remove the Elgato branding here, just like remove all this right here, make it make that a nothing right there, and let me bring it up on my end on the okay, here's what I'm talking about. Remove the blue and the red here. Have nothing there. Make sort of make this bigger maybe. Instead of it saying like donations, or instead of it saying just donations here, I can have like my socials flying like going across the screen in just a little bit bigger format. Like I said, just remove the Elgato here and here. Have sort of like a one-on-one talking station or a 1TS, or like a first for 1TS or just do like a one-on-one TS symbol or something, if you know what I mean. And then just leave this this little part here and here. Maybe leave this here, but I do want to remove where it says one-on-one talking station up here. Make this look more professional looking, if you know what I mean. Maybe remove this white line here because I want to make that look more professional looking. Maybe maybe color that out or something. I don't know. Because I've had this particular station set up for a bit, but I do want to remove where it says Elgato Gaming here and there, there. And let me look at what you're saying in the chat. Hang on. Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean. And again, this part that I'm talking about is just specifically for the one-on-one talking station. I mean, also, if y'all still like me having it up here, leave the tip jar where it's at. It just where I've got the donations popping up here, I could just kind of sort of click on that. Here, I'll just show you what I'm talking about with the donations. Hang on. Let me go to filters, I believe it is. And let me go to where is it? Where is it? I think it's scroll. Let me go horizontal speed. Okay, see what I'm talking about here, where the where the donations are going across the screen now. What I'm talking about with that is to sort of readjust that. Where it would have like the $sign. Let me see here. Let me remove the loop for a second, then fix it. Let me see here. Let me speed it up. Okay, now you see what I mean here. Like, now let me bring the loop. Let me bring back the loop. Like where it says donations here, it will loop there for a moment, but readjust for speed so y'all can read it a little bit instead of it being this fast here. Readjust it to where it's about I guess 228 maybe. And then where I would click on it, we would have base. Like let me readjust this and change it up now. Okay, let me see here now. And then I would put sort of an arrow right there and then space it out again. And then I would do where I would do Twitter. And then, of course, I would do and EZLO21. And then do that again, sort of like this right here. And now you see what I would mean here. I'm just going to let this flash across the screen for a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. And then, of course, if I did the text transform, where I would do uppercase maybe. Something sort of similar to that, but let me click on it for a second so I can fix what I'm talking about here. Like, see, instead of it going all the way over here, just kind of where I could sort of fix it, make it bring, to where it would end. Where it would end right there, but then also kind of go into the transform part of into the transform part a minute. Let me think here a second. I mean, it's sort of hard to show it here, but I'd have to readjust everything too. So let me go into the let me go back to the transform a minute. And let's go back to the edit. And then for here, let's go to and then sort of readjust the size here. Hang on. All right, see right there where it says 1,000. Let me move this down for a second, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, make that look just a little bit bigger, but then go from 3 to 1. As you can see here, I'm trying to fix it now. So it'll go from where it would end right here, but then also make it look just a little bit, make it look just a little bit bigger so you can actually read it, if you know what I mean. Let me think here. You know, something sort of similar to that. I know. That's what I'm trying to fix. But you see what I'm talking about now. Again, though, what I'm saying is I would have to readjust it a little bit. So as far as the right side goes, I'd have to change it from 8:30 to 8:20 maybe, and let me see what that looks like. Like, like for me, for example, what I'm talking about is I would have to make where it shows the text. I'd have to make that a little bit longer. And let me check something out a second. Hang on. Like instead of it coming out from way over here, you see what I'm talking about now. But for me, what I'm talking about is I'd have to kind of figure out how to remove the blue and the red and blue here. But you see what I'm talking about. Let me go back to 8:20 for a second. Yeah, okay, like as long as people can read that, you see what I'm talking about now. I mean, if y'all like the red and blue strips here, I can keep that in, but I'd be getting rid of the I could get rid of the like for me, I could get rid of all the images down here at the bottom and where it says the Elgato Gaming here, and there. Just update that. But again, you see the general idea now of what I'm talking about as far as the one-on-one talking station goes. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but I could make a different at symbol for the. I could make a shorter at symbol to fix it though. Hang on. For me to do that, let me go into the donations part a second. But instead of doing that at symbol, I could put hashtag, and let me see that a second. Hang on. Oh, hang on one second, everybody. Okay, let's see that now. Well, again, that's why I'd have to readjust the size just a tad. For example, here, let me look at some. Hang on. Don't worry, I will fix this, but hang on. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now let me see how that looks on the phone. Hmm. Okay, like for example, now where it says brought to you by, I think I want to remove where it says 101 Talking Station and put that down in the part where it shows all the donations and just rename the donations part. And seeing as how I'm talking about this, I might as well go ahead and do some of the changes now. And then I will get on to talking about the gaming stream setup and stuff in just a moment. So, let's look at the 800 and just slightly to, I believe it's either 810 or 820. But yeah, that should look a little better now. Oh yeah, way better. Okay, now let's go ahead and leave that at 820 and save that. Whew. Okay, let's see here now. Oh, and I will change the donation amount that I do have here in just a moment. But anyway, I mean, if y'all want me to keep the, like the Elgato and stuff over here, I mean, I can, but there's still a few things that I want to change, like removing the where it says 101 talking station at the top. I think I'm going to put that down into the down at the bottom in here, along with the other stuff, because I want to change this up a little bit here, make it look cleaner. Maybe have something up here at the top like "Thank you for coming" and or something like that. Up here. But anyway, let me see here. Okay, like there we go. And then I'm gonna. But yeah, you see what I mean though. And where it says "brought to you by," just put like 101 talking station in with the donation, like in where it says donations and stuff. I will edit the title of that though. So let me see here where it says, something sort of similar to that right there. Something sort of similar to this, but I do need to readjust it a little bit because the text has gotten way out of hand again. Hang on. So let's go to transform. And again, it readjusted it. Hang on one second. Okay, let me see here. Hang on. Again, I'm still trying to fix it. Hang on one moment. And again, don't worry. I will fix the text in a second. Let me see here a second. Hang on. Okay, let me check something now. I mean, that should be a little more neat and tidy, though. So let's see here. Let me readjust the height just a little bit, but the length should be fine. Okay, let me check something now. Let's go from 74 to maybe 90. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, now I just need to move the text up a bit in the position. Hmm. Yeah, let me check something. Hang on. Let me think. Hang on, let me check something. Again, don't worry, I will fix it. Anyway, let me go ahead and put the other stuff in real quick, and then we'll fix it. Yo, what's up, Mr. Slate? Mr. Slate, how you doing? As you can see here, I'm doing good. I'm just trying to readjust a few things with my one-on-one talking station to show like Ralph and somebody else what I'm talking about with changes that I'm going to make to the broadcast booth. Anyway, I've got one, maybe a few more things to add in to your PayPal next. And let me look at that a second on my end. Okay, PayPal's also at EZLO21. There, my Cash app is a little bit different. Hang on. Oh, that's cool. How have you been? Well, nonetheless, how have you been doing? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. So let me go to my. Let me go to my Streamlabs a second. And I'll go to my Patreon too. Okay, so let's do Cash App first. Fine. I'm good right now. Anyway, hang on one second, everybody. Hey, hats here. $sign EZLO21 brand. Hang on one second, guys. I did not do that. Hang on. Sorry about that. Okay, it's only going so far. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, there's a few that I could. There's a few that I could take out and just that I could re-add later. Give me 1 second though. Let me put the BRB screen on. I remember it was Shift key 0, I believe. Okay, I will be right back now.
Yes! I did it, guys. I did it. Woohoo! Yay!
And here you go, guys. As you can see here, I'm not looking at the chat. And there we go. 131. And bam. And that is where we're going to stop the stream.
Yes! I did it, guys. I did it. Woohoo! Yay!
And here you go, guys. As you can see here, I'm not looking at the chat. And there we go. 131. And bam. And that is where we're going to stop the stream.
I did it, guys. I did it. Woohoo! Yay!
And here you go, guys. As you can see here, I'm not looking at the chat. And there we go. 131. And bam. And that is where we're going to stop the stream.
Yes! I did it, guys. I did it. Woohoo! Yay!
And here you go, guys. As you can see here, I'm not looking at the chat. And there we go. 131. And bam. And that is where we're going to stop the stream.
Yes! I did it, guys. I did it. Woohoo! Yay!
Okay, everybody, here we go. Sorry about that. Hmm. Waiting on the frame rate. Hang on. Again, sorry about that. Let's see. Let's see here. Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. Everything should be back to normal now. Sorry about that. Mm. Okay, we'll talk about the other layout here in just a moment as soon as I fix the internet. Okay, let's see here now. Okay, the marquee isn't wanting to work how I want it to, so let me see. Okay, let me see here. That plan didn't go out as planned. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, that part will have to do for that. Now let's just go ahead and make another text box. Okay, yeah, I'll also have to leave that. Now let me put in some socials right here. Hmm. And also, let me do the Cash App. Okay, that's much better. Anyway, I'll just have to make a second part for this because I'm ready to call this a stream, everybody. Unfortunately, I will be back tomorrow. We will actually let me just go ahead and no, I have internet. I just had to fix it. Anyway, let's see here. Let me just go ahead and discuss the gaming stream setup changes that I plan to make. Okay, for the gaming stream setup, I'm going to make like a well here, let me just go ahead and explain it as far as captures and stuff go. So let me do the display capture for a second. Show you what I'm talking about with the test. Okay, as you can see here with the test of the capture screen for when I do games and stuff, I'm going to have the capture. I'm going to have a game capture right here, and then I will put I'll put like membership stuff down here. Then I'll probably put myself over here somewhere with the chat just below right here somewhere. And that's just the basic plan that I'm talking about. So there's that. Let me go ahead and remove the test now. And let's see here. I'm going to put the pre E3 Q&A off to a different time, and I'm also going to put my thoughts off to a different time too. So again, thank y'all for those who tuned in, and let's go ahead and call this a stream for now.